Welcome back to another weather discussion. Today we're going to be talking about today's threats for weather and what March will bring as we move on into the week. So, for starting today, we have a hail and wind threat over here down in Pennsylvania and Ohio, and a little bit of West Virginia and Maryland. I can pull it up here and show you right here that there is an enhanced risk of severe weather. It's mostly wind and hail today. There's only a 2% tornado risk from Illinois to Pennsylvania. But otherwise, it is just wind with a 30% wind risk and hail with also a 30% hail risk with a conditional intensity group 1 risk, which has the possible for 2-inch hail and possible for, take a look here, possible for damaging winds. So that's that. Now we also have some heavy snow up here in Maine and New Hampshire. Not pretty typical for that area. But down here in Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas, and Colorado, we have a fire risk where there's currently some active fires happening where there is dangerous wildfires. Over here down in Camargo, Oklahoma, we have an evacuation immediate for a large and destructive wildfire. So that is that. Then over here, if we have a bunch of heat for the Southwest, which contains about 90 to 100 degree temperatures, as we've been seeing this past week. And also what we've been seeing this past week is intense flooding for the area in Hawaii, where there was actually a particularly dangerous flash flood warning that was issued due to the dam almost failing. And over here we have another flash flood warning for this island where it is radar indicated. So, as you can see, there is still a flood threat for Hawaii. If I can pull up the radar here, you can see so that rain is still there for Hawaii. It won't be gone for a while. But that is all that is happening today. Some stuff that is happening in a few days is that temperatures will start to shift a little bit. If we go to the temperature and we let this play out a little bit, this one, we can see that the heat will continue for the Southwest, and a cold little spell will hit the east as we move forward into March and towards April. Tomorrow we also have a marginal risk down here in South Carolina and Georgia, where there is a small 5% wind risk, nothing major, but it is there. And then on day 3, things become quiet, only some minor general thunderstorms in Florida. Nothing too bad. If you take a look at the fire weather, see that it is critical for today. We got Oklahoma and Texas, where it is critical fire weather. Tomorrow, there is elevated fire weather in Virginia and North Carolina. And then if we take a look at the SPC here, we can see that if we go to the day 3 to 8 fire weather outlook, we can see that as we move forward into the week, there is another critical fire weather in Wyoming and elevated down here in the same spots as today. So that is there. And that is mostly it. Take a look at this here. go to this, you can see that as we move throughout the week, storms will start to ramp up towards April. On April 1st, we'll have the West Coast will start to have a storm, and there will be storms building up in Iowa as well. And as we continue, the April severe weather looks likely. So if you take a look at the ECMWF model here, you can see that as we move in, you can see that there is some storms that are popping up around Wisconsin and Michigan, as well as Iowa. This is far out, so it might not be as accurate as it shows right now. So things can still change, but April's looking like a good severe weather month. Take a look at the temperature I was talking about earlier. Wrong one. This one. Talk about the temperature I was looking at earlier. Is that this heat will shift and it'll head over to the East Coast, where we have some 80s in North Carolina, and then the Southwest will continue to get some heat, and another heat ridge will build up in the plains and just stay there for a little bit. The Southwest will start to die down on the heat, which is nice because the heat is weird, it's random. It's not the time of year where we usually see this heat, so it'll be good to return back to normal March and April temperatures. Now, let's see. If we take a look at the dew point here, you can see that the moisture from the Gulf is pretty active as we move into April. So it's looking like there is fuel for the storms that might come in April, but otherwise, nothing too major. Swing back over here, we can see that for the excessive rainfall, we have a marginal risk of excessive rainfall where this severe threat is happening today. Just a 5%, nothing major, but it is there. There could be some flooding, minor flooding here and there, but overall, that is the only flood risk for the next 5 days, and that is all that there is to really talk about. Storms are coming, but we will see how they play out in April. Otherwise, have a great day, and we'll see you on our stream later today. Thank you.